Hello everybody, I hope you guys are enjoying your Thursday afternoon. Today we're bringing you a special video. We're going to be talking about your Christmas forecast. This is going to be including your temperature anomalies, your precipitation, and then also at the very end we're going to be looking at my own forecast, my surface map that I made for both Christmas Eve and Christmas, and then also my white Christmas outlook. So the probability that you will see a white Christmas. So here, we start off with the National Weather Service as we usually do, and you see over the northwest, pretty active as we do have a system kind of rolling through that area, and we are going to be seeing some winter storm warnings in these pinks over parts of Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana, and then into parts of Montana, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington as well. We're going to be seeing some winter weather advisories. These are mainly for the higher elevations and more interior areas. Now, the big cities closer to the coast, you're only in a flood watch, so not really expecting snow from this. And then high wind watches, two areas over northern California, and then into another area over southeast Wyoming, and one more over northeastern or northwestern parts of Montana. Red flag warning in effect for parts of southwestern parts of Kansas, and then we have freeze warnings in effect. So these are your first freezes of the season over parts of southern Georgia, and then we also have some high surf advisories because we will be having a little system move throughout this area, bring some rainfall really across the southeast that could accumulate to over 6 inches of rainfall, and then also one little area up in upstate New York, and also one county there in Vermont, kind of hard to pick out, but you will be having a wind chill advisory where your temperatures will be fairly cold. Wind chills could be in the negatives to maybe even double digits in the negatives. So very, very cold over in the northern parts of upstate New York and also northern parts of Vermont. Now, here is the European model, and here is your precipitation. So you're seeing over the northwest, this is what we're talking about: heavy snow or rain depending on your elevation, really elevation dependent once you get into the west and the Rockies. Now you see it's really a stream of moisture, and if you watch my weekly outlook, you will know that I did actually have like kind of a stream of moisture popped up on my map because it is just gonna continuously go. So this is be from basically what's happening right now to kind of fast forwarding this. So this would be Thursday afternoon, and then as we continue this all the way into Sunday, and the Pacific Northwest finally ends with this rainfall. So of course, a lot of rainfall is gonna kind of come out from this, and then this is your southeast system, but we're not focusing on those. Mainly not going to produce too much snow unless you're over the west. You will be getting some mountain snow, but really we're going to be focusing here for your December 24th and 25th. So you're seeing this system, this same system that was over the Pacific Northwest a week ago, about a week ago, or maybe 5 days around there. You're going to be seeing that move south and then start to move back into the U.S., and this could potentially bring a kind of a system over the Midwest and the Central Plains. So we'll be monitoring this definitely. So over the Southwest, so as you get into New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, Wyoming, into parts of Idaho and Nevada, mountain snow, and then also you're going to be seeing some lower elevation rainfall, and this is going to probably accumulate 1 to 2 inches, so definitely could flood some roadways in the southwest. And then this is going to kind of spiral northward. Even some of these lower lying areas could get in some snowfall. So that was your Christmas Eve. So also a bit of rainfall over parts of the southeast that we have to contend with for Christmas Eve. Now, moving into Christmas Day, you're going to be seeing the system still moving out of the Rockies. So, Denver, Albuquerque, Salt Lake City, you guys could all be seeing snowfall early on Christmas morning. So if you wake up early, you will be probably seeing those flakes flying, some heavy to moderate, especially in the higher elevations. Now it's going to move into really Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, and then maybe into Illinois, Wisconsin, but it really kind of breaks there, and then it moves off into Michigan. But for really these areas as you get into really the Rockies and then really through the Central Plains. You could be seeing a white Christmas or even a snowstorm or a little bit of snow showers on Christmas Day, which always makes it a little bit better. Now here is your total snowfall through Christmas. So this is ending on Christmas night, and you see we have about a coating. Really, it's not very active over parts of the east. It is gonna look to kind of come back with some more active weather as we get later on in this time frame. But for now, very dry Christmas week. It's kind of weird how the east had a very cold start to November, really a very cold November, very cold start of December, and then as soon as we get to Christmas week, it's gonna look to warm back up. So it's very kind of weird how it always happens this way over the east. It always warms up just at Christmas week and then cools back down. You see a lot of snow over the mountains of the west and even part of the lower lying areas, and then also for parts of the central plains and then over the northern plains and Great Lakes and into the northeast. You could be seeing about a coating, but really not a lot of snowfall to contend with over these areas. Now here, as we get into your snow depth, so this is taking into account how much snow you already have on accumulated. So you look at your snowfall here, and you see really, well, let's pick a spot, northern Wisconsin. So you see about less than an inch of snowfall looking to be accumulated. Now, as we get into your snow depth, so this would be for Christmas, and you're seeing about 3 feet of snowfall. So it's because you already have that accumulated there. So here's what this also takes into account: temperatures and melting. So all of that is taken into account. So it's more of an accurate representation of what should be on the ground. So you see over the northeast, we have about 2 to 6 inches on the ground for the most part, and really south of Pennsylvania, you're not seeing any snowfall. Then stretching through Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, into Missouri, Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska, and then stretching through the west where you have some mountain snow, of course, and then also the northern plains, you're gonna be seeing a good 1 to 2 feet still on, as it's still cold enough, not really surging above that 32-degree mark to really melt anything. So you're going to be staying with that kind of all that snow still on the ground. And of course, over the mountains in the west, you're going to be seeing that white Christmas most likely. Now, here is your temperature outlook from the CPC, the Climate Prediction Center. So this is actually going straight from Christmas to the 29th. So this is really going to be a good like representation of what you should see on Christmas. So you see we have a very good chance of seeing above average really east of the Rockies, and then cooler than average as you get into Arizona, Nevada, into Oregon westward. So really Oregon, parts of southernmost Washington, California, Nevada, and Arizona, and even parts of Utah seeing some of that below average, and even the Climate Prediction Center putting a 50 to 60% chance over some areas for below average. Now here is your temperature. So here's your low temperature on Christmas or Christmas Eve. So when you're waking up Christmas Eve, it's gonna be in the 30s for a lot of us over the Northeast, into stretching down the Tennessee Valley, then up through the Great Lakes, and then down again through the Rockies, where pretty much everybody's gonna be in the 30s or lower, except for the Southern Plains and then into the southeastern coastline. But even parts of the interior Southeast will be in the 30 or about 40 to 30-degree area. And then also as you get further west really and further north, you're going to be seeing those 20s and teens and even some single digits, potentially some below zero readings there for some areas in Idaho and Montana. Now here is your high temperature for Christmas Eve, and you're seeing it's getting into the 60s and 70s over the southern plains and the southeast, and then really over the northern plains, not heating up too much, gonna stay in the 20s for the most part, and the Rockies not heating up too much, in the 30s for the most part. Now As we get into your low temperatures on Christmas. So Christmas morning, you're waking up and you're gonna be in the 20s over the Northeast, the Great Lakes, into the Northern Plains, and then down through the Rockies. And then we have these 30s that are gonna be over the Southeast and all the way, really from about Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, westward, where you could be seeing those 30-degree or lower, and then Texas and Florida, really the two outlier states where you could be maybe in the 50s for your low temperatures. Really, really warm over those areas. Now here is your high temperatures, and you see they haven't really changed too much. Still going to be in the 60s, 70s, potentially nearing 80 degrees over some of these areas in southernmost Texas and near Miami, Florida. Now here is your temperature anomaly. So we're gonna go all the way to Christmas or Christmas Eve here, and you see really a blowtorch over the U.S. And this is, even though it is 20 degrees above average in some areas, you can still see snowfall in this because it is December. It is cold enough. Some averages are below 32 degrees in December. So even if you're 5, 10 degrees above average, some areas over the northern plains and then down through the Rockies are still, their average is lower than that. They can still see snowfall even if it is above average. And really the two spots that are below average is California, Oregon, Washington, and then into parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Texas. Now as we continue this and move into Christmas, you're going to be seeing pretty much the same pattern but a bit warmer over the east, where you could be seeing temperatures 20 degrees above average over the east. Now, here is my forecast that we're going to get to here. So, you're seeing, this is my surface map for the 24th Christmas Eve. So you're seeing in these lighter greens, that's rain showers, and you're gonna just have some rain showers mainly off the coast, but you're gonna be seeing some on the coast for just barely getting on the coast, not even reaching the higher elevations back inland. So you mainly just gonna be rain showers and really sporadic, not pretty much on and off. Now as you get further to the south and in the southwest, you're gonna be seeing more areas of rain showers over parts of Southern California, Southern Nevada, and northwestern parts of Arizona, and then also for most of New Mexico, and then into parts of western Texas. You're going to be seeing just some steady rain, and that's going to be over parts of Arizona and New Mexico, and even parts of Texas, and thunderstorms, really, or heavy rainfall over parts of Arizona and southernmost New Mexico, and then also another area of rain and rain showers over parts of the southeast, with that departing system that will mainly be off the shore by that point, but still bring some back end rainfall and some heavy at times. But I don't think it's going to be that consistent heavy rainfall, so I just put it under that moderate rain. Now here is your snow, and this is going to be mainly in the higher elevations. Some lower elevation areas like Denver could get on some of these snow showers. Into parts of Salt Lake City also could get in on some of these snow showers, and then snow, consistent heavy snow over parts of southern Utah, southern Colorado, northern Arizona, and northern New Mexico. Again, this could change, but we're fairly certain that there will be some sort of system that's kind of sat over parts of the southwest. So really pretty certain on on this happening. We're not too certain on this southeast storm though. Models have been bringing this farther north or farther south. Now here is the 25th or Christmas, and you're seeing those rain showers really extended further south, but this system is still offshore, so not bringing too much rain for those areas. And then the system you see kind of moves further to the east. You're seeing snow showers now all the way from Montana down through northern New Mexico, and then into parts of the Central Plains, and then heavy moderate snow over parts of Colorado, and then into Oklahoma, Kansas, and into Missouri. Now we have a steady rain over parts of Texas, into Oklahoma, Missouri, even parts of Illinois, and then stretching down into Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas again. Now we have rain showers right outside of there, and you're going to be seeing Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, and Indiana in that as well. And then also some snow showers over parts of northern parts of upstate New York, maybe adding to some of that snow depth. Now here's your probability of seeing a white Christmas, which is 1 inch of snow or more that is on the ground or falling snow. So Here, the key is at the bottom, right here. So you're seeing in these blues, really, that's anywhere between 10% and 50%. So that's over a good portion of the U.S. But really, south of here, you're not seeing any snowfall or very unlikely snowfall. And then as we get into these purples, that's where I'm feeling more confident that you will see a white Christmas. And then once you really get into these whites and kind of lighter purples, that's really in the higher elevations of the Rockies, and then also into parts of the northern plains and northern parts of the parts of the Northeast. Now, here is my forecast as far as a white Christmas. So, of course, we got to note that there is going to be mountain snow that is going to be there. So I'm not going to really kind of show the lower lying areas. If you do live in a higher elevation or in a lower elevation, kind of take that into account. So if you're not one of those areas that usually see snowfall, then you might you're probably not going to be having a white Christmas. But if you are at a higher elevation, take into account that you'll probably have a white Christmas for this. Really, this just kind of general for the mountains. Now, here you have a low chance of a white Christmas, at least in all these areas in this blue. Now, as we're gonna, this is for Christmas as well, and this is 1 inch or greater of snow on the ground. Now, you have a medium chance here for Montana into the Dakotas, Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, and then into parts of northernmost Michigan, and then into the interior Northeast, where you have a medium chance in this purple or pink for seeing a white Christmas. Now, you have a high chance over northern Montana, and then into the Dakotas, Minnesota, and then into Wisconsin, Michigan, and the interior Northeast, where you have the highest chance of seeing a white Christmas, and it's almost certain that you will over these areas, given the conditions that we do have. Now, if you did enjoy this video, please consider liking the video, subscribing, and turning on notifications so you never miss a video when I upload. Anyways, guys, I am gonna sign off here. If you did enjoy the video, please consider liking, subscribing, and turning on notifications. That was Eli the Weather Guy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.